gospodo, drago mi vas sve pozdraviti, drago mi je pozdraviti prije svega iz Helsinki nam je doletio danas Tuomas Kyrö, molim me veliki pljesak. Strip-autor, autor niza romana, u Finskoj jedan od omiljenih autora, njegov roman Posljednji zec, koji je preveden kod nas, koji je preveo Boris Vidović, je jedan od čitanijih romana. Ja ću sad na Tomasu samo stati.
Just wondering
How it I, dakle, autor čiji roman Posljednji zec govori o spoju juga i sjevera, o mnogim stvarima koje nas se danas tiču, sa mnogo humora, sa mnogo empatije, a razgovor s njim vodit će košarkaš, strip-autor, izdavač, čovjek koji radi križaljke, svašta nešto, Vladimir Šagadin. I samo još tehnička informacija, nije samo tehnička informacija, dakle na kanalu 1 hrvatski, na kanalu 2 engleski, razgovor će simultano prevoditi Asja Barić. Hvala, dakle jedan pljesak i za Asiju. I ja ću sada pozornicu prepustiti našim gostima. Hvala vam lijepa.
Hvala Sejdu. Dobro da ste došli. Naime, jako mi je drago da mogu razgovarati sa Kyrom iz Finske. Ako malo bolje razmislite, jeste ikad čuli neku lošu stvar u vezi Finske? Dobro, sad nećemo cijepit lačiti. A ono, znaš, ne fakat, ali kao školstvo, pa super. Pa Leningrad Cowboysi. Ko ne voli Leningrad Cowboysi? Nama su oduvijek bili jasni. Oduvijek nam je bio jasan Kaurismäki. Moje sestre je bio jasan i him, meni nije. Ko nije navio za Lordi na Euroviziji? Svi su navijali za Lordi na Euroviziji. U atletici, recimo, kad vidiš Finca da je uzeo koplje, onda staneš i pogledaš da vidiš kako, gdje će baciti, jer jedino oni mogu dobiti železnog svoje vremeno. Jako mi je drago jer smo generacija, jer knjiga koja je pred vama je divna. Učinit ćete si uslugu ako ju nabavite, potpisanu večeras. Tako da, nadam se da tih loših vijesti neće biti u vezi Finske ni nakon večerašnjeg našeg razgovora. Kyrö, kada sam danas u svom kafiću u kojem pijem kavu rekao da ću razgovarati s jednim književnikom iz Finske, svi su rekli istu stvar. Pitaj ga gdje je Matti Nykänen. Matti Nykänen je, kad sam ja bio dječak, bio mladić koji bi u 10 ujutru na Novu godinu pijan mrtav skakao sa skakaonice najveće, 200 i nešto metara. I ja sam kao mali uvijek govorio, mama, bit ću kao Matti Nykänen kad narastem, a ona je govorila, nećeš. Gdje je Matti Nykänen?
I think he's in a pub somewhere in Finland. He has done great things after he finished jumping. He has acted in porn movies. He has stabbed his wife. He's been in jail.
In a movie or?
No, in real life. He's been in jail. But we forgive him. He's the only hero that we have.
I bolje im je da smo oprostili. Ne pitam bez veze našeg gosta o sportu, vratit ćemo se na njega nešto kasnije. Ajmo malo na ovu sjajnu knjigu. Čovjek je poznat u Finskoj. Našao sam pregršt njegovih intervjua na internetu, ali su svi na finskom. Tako da je bio uspješan research. ovo je knjiga s kojom, ja ću prijeći na ti, mi smo generacija, jako se dobro slažemo, gledamo ovu vodu ovdje, idemo poslije već na pivo, ali ti si s tom knjigom iskoračio iz Finske na strana tržišta. Roman je preveden na negdje 10-ak jezika, ako se ne varam. Jesi htio to ili se samo dogodilo?
I have never wanted to be famous. I have always wanted people to read my books. But everything is in those books. I am not interesting. My books, I hope, are. It was a surprise to me that they came that popular abroad. And I think big thing is that it's sort of a homage to Arto Paasilinna's book, Year of the Hare. And publishers all over the world do the thing that the next publisher did. If one thing starts to be translated, then, you know, if it happens in Germany, it will happen in Czech. If it happens in Sweden, it will happen in Norway and Finland. And if it happens in France, it will be Andorra's most sold book.
Meni je, nemamo baš priliku čitati finske književnike često, tako je. Ne znamo puno o toj književnosti, a zapravo jako dobro razumijemo Fince i pogotovo Kyru. A vjerujte mi, kunem vam se, smiješno zvuči. Ja sam povremeno čitajući ovu knjigu čuo pjesme od zabranjenog pušenja kao soundtrack. To spajanje sjevera i juga, ta jedna brutalnost i taj jedan crni humor nama jako paše, mi to jako dobro razumijemo. Da li Finci vole humor koji nije crn? Mi ne volimo. Da li u svakom humoru mora biti crnine da bi Fincima bilo smiješno?
You don't realize that your humor is dark if you are surrounded by people who are even more darker and more in black humor. This surprises me all over the world. That to me it's not even humor. It's a story, which I choose to have. It's in sort of in humoristic genre. But it could as well have been a tragedy. But I wanted to smuggle it to readers using humor. I like laughter more than crying, but if I can get both of those feelings from reader, that's the best. Chaplin did it. Why couldn't I do it?
Dobro, to ćemo još vidjeti. Da, zaslužuje pljesak.
But of course, I think it's a geopolitical and evolutionary thing that what kind of humor is born in which country, or well, there was no countries when people first went to Finland. It was dark, cold, poor. I don't even know why the eight of some bigger group decided that the others decided that we will go to Ukraine or we will go to there where France is today, and then 8 people were like, Finland, yeah, try to survive there, and it creates its own humor, own way of seeing life.
Finska je jedina zemlja kojoj je Monty Python posvetio pjesmu. Da li je bilo prijedloga da to postane državna himna? I zašto nije?
It should be.
Slažemo se tu. Prema svojim likovima imaš milosti. Postoji neka empatija, postoji neki svijet u kojem je dozvoljeno ljudima i nekoliko drugih šansi, gdje na kraju slijedi kakvo takvo pomirenje nakon niza potpuno suludih stvari koje se događaju u ovoj knjizi. Prekrasne su. Pročitajte, ne može se pričati tek tako lako jer se toga dogodi ko u Luna Parku, kako je bilo, pa super, šta ste radili, svašta. Otkud milost? Je li to želja da se bude takav ili je to možda tržište traži? Iako mislim da tržište traži više tragediju nego milost sada, trenutno.
When I write, I don't think about the market, even I don't think about the reader. I think about human beings. We are bad and we are good. We have the whole spectrum is in us. And when I write about a human smuggler from Russia, it would be so easy to make him just an evil person, just an asshole, which he is. But at the same time, there's reasons for his actions. And that's how it is in life. That's how I see it. And if you just make stereotypes or people who have only one characteristic point, it's not interesting to the reader. I have always liked, when I wrote this book, the TV series Sopranos was very important to me because Tony Soprano is a big asshole. He kills people, he has a very fast temper, he is like a child in his action, but still we as the followers of the TV series like him. We want the best to him. And it was so weird feeling to me that then I thought that if I could do something like this, if I could write a person who is, at first sight, you would only hate that guy, but in some way, in some part of the story, you would understand him. And then maybe understand some things in yourself. That's one of my goals, but I don't think a lot about this thing. I just write, and it works or it doesn't, but it has to be some kind of view to the world.
Ova priča, svoju priču priča vrlo nepretenciozno, jednostavnim jezikom, i kada sam čuo da je napravljena kazališna predstava, bilo mi to zapravo vrlo razumljivo. Kao, aha, pa da, jasno. Kako gledate predstavu po svom romanu? Jeste zadovoljni bili?
The dramatizations from my texts, I don't have any expectations towards them. It's lovely and interesting that somebody takes the book and then makes an independent dramatization of it. But this one was very good. It was in very, very small theater. I think it's like audience of 42 or something like that. And 4 actors did all the characters. And no special effects in it. And they got the core as I see it. But theater is its own art form, and so I never go to see the rehearsals. If I'm part of the writing process, then I write, and then we do it over and over again, but then it's away from me. And I live my life and I go to the premiere, and it's always hard to go to after the show is over, and they ask the writer to come and bow, because I feel like I have nothing to do with this. You did it. You guys did it. I didn't, even though I wrote it. But something wrong in my head.
Dobro ti ide s obzirom na to. Prema vašem romanu Starog Gunđelova, bi to bio jedan dobar prijevod, napravljen je film koji je bio vrlo popularan u Finskoj. To je roman prije ako se ne varam, prije Prosjaka i Zeca. Je li to dobra stvar kad tako, mislim za karijeru i to?
Similar as I.
Što ja nisam slušao. Vaš roman Staro gunđalo, Staro prigovaralo, mislim da je prevedeno na knjizi. Je snimljen je film koji je bio popularan u Finskoj.
Yes, it's a character that was first written to radio, then there came a book, and then the movie. And after that, 5 books have come out from this. It's called The Crump in English.
Okay.
It's not translated to Croatia, but it will, I think. It has been a huge hit in Finland for some reason that I might know now 7 years after the first book. But what did you ask about that, the movie? And
da li pomaže to u karijeri radi narudžbi stvari takvih? Jer dosta namjenskog pisanja, kako bih rekao, ima.
Well, it helps me economically a lot to have like 500,000 readers and moviegoers. But at the same time, of course, people see me like this character that I have created, which is not true. But I can't help it. I'm not complaining about that. In Finland, we have this, the whole person is based on complaining about things. He also tries to find solutions to those problems. But this is one thing. In Finland, if you get success, you're always asked, what did you lose at this process? And I have tried not to complain about, you can complain, or if you have real problems would be like my child be very sick, or myself. It can't be a problem to sell your book and get big audiences.
Dosta stvari, radiodrama je ono što je interesantno jer je nastajalo iz radiodrame. A kako je pisati u drugim medijima? Imaš li problema da je neko pisanje važnije, nevažnije, da li je stvar u kondiciji, važno je da se uvijek nešto piše, živiš isključivo od pisanja?
Finland is such a small country that if you want to write as a profession, you have to do everything. From the beginning I have written to TV, radio, newspapers, sports papers, movies, whatever I have invented, whatever was asked from me. And I have always liked it. I have no education, I have no plan B. This is the thing. And if I can write, it's not like, it's not hard labor like being a miner in Chile. It's and it's been working quite well. I like this. Everything takes a shape of a story in my head. I don't believe in what's it called? I was just asked today that where do you get your inspiration? Yes, it's the name of some kind of pizza. There's no inspiration. You open your laptop and you start working as everybody else in the world. I have this, and one might say that I have a gift. No, I don't. I I have hit my head somewhere in my childhood, and it's a work of a neurologist to see why some people write. It's not the work of psychologist, maybe neuropsychologist. This is something that it feels, year after year, it feels more important to me to take away this romantic bullshit which is around writing. And if you're a writer, you're allowed to drink every day and fuck all over, and I don't think like that. Do your thing. Do more good things than bad things. You will do bad things in life, that's for sure. Everybody, we are human beings, we are apes. Apes don't, I think they don't know what is good or bad, and that's why they are happy.
Postoji priča u kojoj scenaristi stripova uvijek lošije prolaze od crtača. To u ovom slučaju nije istina, jer je scenarist stripa se provodi po Zagrebu na festivalu, dok njegov brat crtač negdje u Finskoj sjedi i radi. Sa bratom Anti, Kyrö se zove, napravili ste serijal stripova za djecu, ako se ne varam. Djeca su teški, zeznuti čitaoci, teški čitaoci, ne praštaju puno. Kako je raditi za djecu? I kako to u Finskoj prolazi?
I like the experience a lot. When I write to children, and I think the same with my brother, as he draws to children, it's you go to your own childhood, not memories, but in a mode. This made me laugh. This was interesting, and it's the same things that makes me laugh today and are interesting, but they come in different form. But I think that both of us, we have loved Tintin comics and watched The Simpsons. That's the drawing style and the humor is, if I have to make some kind of reference, it would be in that way. But children are, of course, lahjomattomia. Onko täällä ketään suomalaista? Unbribable. They are interested or they are not. They laugh or they don't laugh. They can't do this cultural humming, which is seen in different libraries and cultural events around Europe and other countries. So I have heard from children that I don't like this book at all, and then I have heard that I love this book and I read it. Because children are weird. They're so weird. They can read the same book, and you have to read it to them in the evenings. The same book again and again. Like, 100 times, that's easy. The parents are like exhausted. I'm not doing this anymore, you can't. As Louis C.K., one of my favorite comedians, has said. But that was what I was saying. I tried to make a book that the parents and fathers have the tolerance to read over and over again, so that they won't feel this, do I have to do it again?
Thank you. U ime svih očeva koji čitaju svoje priče, tuđe priče svojoj djeci. Vaš romani, bilo je dosta nagrada u Finskoj. Jel u Finskoj se često dijele nagrade, ili nema konkurencije, ili zašto? Jel pomaže to? Makar malo čovjek da se lijepo osjeća.
Well, there absolutely is no competition if I have won them so many. we have, I really think that we do have the most amount of literary awards in Finland, and we have a great grant system, or how do you say it, apuraha, anyone? It's grants, isn't it? Yes. So you can get a 5-year grant from the state just to write.
Rezidencija od 5 godina.
Or just to dream.
Pare za 5 godina. Sound nice. Kako je biti pisac u Finskoj? Kako država tretira finske pisce? Da li vas podržava, ili je to tržište, ili nešto kupljuje? Imate li kakvih ministara i tako? Zadnje nije bitno.
You said something that wasn't translated. I want to hear it.
I tell you later, with the beer.
I think that literature has been very appreciated in Finland. We are a young country, now 100 years of independence. There has been 2 things that we have made a story how we are so good. It's long distance running, Paavo Nurmi, Lasse Vireen, and everything between that and nothing after that. And then literature is the stories that tell us who we are, even though it might be not true as well. It's fiction. And this is one thing you have to always explain in Finland, that this is fiction. Somebody comes to tell me that there is not this road number in your book when you write Mannerheimin tie. Mannerheim's road number 375. There is no. Then I have to tell, yes, but this is fiction. And that's what I want to use, and I did use, especially in this book, that you can make fables. You can. The most important thing to a writer is his or her imagination, not that he can sit in university's library for 7 years and read some kind of source texts and make unreadable 855 pages long book. I don't remember what you asked, but this really gets me going.
Bio je dobar odgovor u svakom slučaju, tako? Naravno, prije ili poslije u životu dođete u priliku da pogledate kakvi su finski stripovi. Tako se i meni to dogodilo jučer i danas. I ostao sam onako iznenađen, nema nekog snažnog stila poput francusko-belgijske škole, ima svašta. Njihovi grafički romani bave se nekakvim suvremenim temama. Kakav je stav prema stripu u Finskoj? Da li je to još uvijek nešto za djecu ili je dobilo ipak nekakav legitimitet kao nekakva ozbiljnija literatura?
It's something for grown-ups, definitely, but it's a small circle. And the problem is always that they tend to write or draw to the other artists. It's so the I have read Finnish comics, but nowadays I've been reading these like Riyad Satuf. Do you know about yes.
Arapin iz budućnosti, to je nedavno objavljeno.
And this kind of comics are the best way to do like diary meets non-fiction and tells something that you could not tell in such a short book. But comics in Finland, there's a couple of big names, but they do like comic strips to the biggest magazines, and then you make a compilation of those, and they are sold a lot. And then there's a couple of really good. They are acclaimed in France also, like. I'm so bad with names nowadays. When you have Google, you don't have to even remember your own name. I sometimes have to check it out. When I did comics, they were mostly political cartoons or pilapiirros. Pilapiirros, auttakaa. Ei tuu apua. Caricatures. But then I don't have the time anymore. It's something that I want to do, but I don't have the focus right now.
Dobro, ima vremena za fokus. Kolumnist si u novinama. Imao sam prilike na engleskom čitati neke tekstove. Lijepo je to, satirično, vrlo osobno. To je, pretpostavljam, isto, ovdje je popularno isto da imate kolumnu kad ste književnik, jer je mala država, nema tih para, pa da se onda održi na površini. Da li je to pitanje karijere ili pitanje zaista da se mora pisati, da se ima šta za reći? Kako vas doživljavaju tamo?
First of all, it was a way to get money to pay the rent. And the second thing is that in columns I can work with some things that will be like this novel was the first version of it was a column in small, very small, poorly paid newspaper in Western Finland, and I'm not doing those now, but when I did, I think it was like I was writing to 8 different papers. But it's in novels you cannot be so you have to have much more depth and thinking in it. In a column you can just have one thing you have and one turn to it, and it's okay to try to be just funny or to try to be just witty or to try to be just much more clever than you really are. But I have always liked it, and I have always liked the 200 euros that I get paid from it.
Po tekstu ili mjesečno?
Po tekstu.
Pa dobro, drži se ti kolumni. Jedna sjajna knjiga, opet na finskom, pa sam dijelove čitao na engleskom. Naime, mi smo odmah shvatili jedan i drugi da smo ludi za sportom. Ali za sportom koji je dio naše osobne kulture, koji je najveći dio popularne kulture, znači Matini Kenen spomenuti bio je skijaš skakač, ali je bio rock'n'roll zvijezda. Htio sam biti kao on. Objavio si knjigu o sportu. To je nekakva povijest finskog sporta, ali uz dosta emocije, nešto što mi ovdje jako volimo. Onako kad su ti naši junaci veći od ovih naših bezveznih života, jer sport je ljepši od života i scenariji su uvijek bolji u sportu, ma kakvi bili na kraju, to nije realan život, zato ga toliko volimo. Luci za sportom.
Yes, and it has been a place to hide away from real life. I have just understand it after I have written about it, that when I was a child, well, I always know countries through sports. People ask me, have you read Croatian or Czech or Estonian writers? No, but I know Sarajevo Olympics in former Yugoslavia was big thing to me. Then I have always watched Croatian basketball team. When I played myself 2 years, my biggest idol was Drazen Petrovic. The style in his game, he was so cool, and he was a rock star in a different way than Matti Nykänen, but he was to me. And nowadays, like Blanka Vlasic or Mirko Filipovic,
Dajte aplauz jedan majkom. Fino izgovara čovjek sve.
Oh yes. That's because we have subtitles. We are not dubbed when we watch TV in Finland. But that's true. Sports is part of culture. I make no difference to Dostoevsky, Simpsons or the Olympics. It's something that gives you more meaning than you have in your ordinary day. That's it. When I was a child, nothing came out from TV at daytime. As nowadays, children have 45,000 channels, and then they're watching their phone the rest of the time. But when Olympics came, it was like, yes, it's gonna be 15 kilometers of long distance skiing or bobsleigh or cycling, and it was so. And when the Olympics ended, the only feeling that was left was sorrow. What am I going to do for the next 4 years? Fuck, I have to go to school. I have to talk to my mother.
Sadašnja reprezentacija Finske na košarkaškom europskom prvenstvu igra odlično. Ima taj, baš me briga, ali vam ovo interesantno, nije meni je. Ima taj Lari Markkanen, 20 godina ima, visok, mršav, ubi. Kako prognoziraš rezultat finske reprezentacije? Baš me briga što vam nije ovo interesantno, ja baš sam htio ovo pitati. Kako ćete proći na europskom prvenstvu?
Well, actually they are playing right now, and I have asked my wife to send me a text message that how the game is going. I have to watch it. I don't know if it's interesting to you or not. We are leading 24-18 4 minutes ago.
Vodimo.
It's kind of surprised that this has happened. We have a good coach who was really emotional and angry when he was younger, and he tried to coach through fear and power. And now he's elderly, calm man who gives space to players. And Lauri Markkanen represents some kind of new generation who is always calm and happy, which is very weird to me because I'm depressed and afraid all the time, and I am the grandson of the war generation, and they are the first generation who don't have to give a fuck about that. If they want to play ball and be the best of it, they can enjoy it, and they don't have to drink to show their emotions. And it's also a little bit scary, and
I don't understand.
It's not going to work. But how can we be this good? But this year, especially because of Lauri Markkanen, he's a tall guy, and we have always needed that. You're tall and you can throw 3-pointers and be good at both ends. So I think we will meet Italy in eighth finals. And I hope that they think that this will be easy. It will not be easy. The Italians.
For you, Italy is good. Biće to susret sjevera i juga u pravom smislu te riječi, kao što je ova knjiga. Znate, to je, mislim, nije put u srce tame, ali u put u srce Europe, put u srce ovog nekog neljudskog, kao kapitalizma. Nešto gdje sve nešto ima nešto vrijednost, kad ste svi pjevali nama kad smo bili klinci, tata kupi mi auto, bicikl i romobil. Evo sad, kupili smo sve i šta sad, s koju ćemo sad pjesmu pjevati? Čini se da u tom svijetu nema mjesta. Međutim, kad budete čitali Kyrinu knjigu, vidjet ćete da ovaj svijet nije tako dalek, nije tako odvratan, još uvijek je lijep i velik i da još uvijek ima ljudi kojima je stalo do ljudi. Sjetio sam se jedine ružne stvari koje smo čuli u Fincima. Kažu da vole popiti. A kako sam ja iz Bosne, ja kažem, odmah da prijeđemo na roštilj. Kakav je roštilj u Finskoj?
It's a sausage that is scaringly hot outside but frozen inside. And it's made in ball-shaped charcoal grill. And it tastes like the fueling liquid. And a lot of beer with that. That's the Finnish summer and winter.
Okay. 1 days of summer. Imate li kakvih pitanja možda slučajno? Nema, poslovično. Neupitni. Zahvaljujem se gospodinu Kyri, jedva čekam da siđemo dolje na pivo, da nastavimo razgovarati o stvarima koje su nam drage. Vjerojatno sam htio još nešto pitati, ali mislim da vam je ovo sasvim dovoljno. Nemojte otići bez knjige, učinite si uslugu. Odite na Luna Park, čovjeka čiji ćete humor razumjeti, jer znate, on je na kraju naš čovjek. Tuomas Kyrö, jedan aplauz, veliki za njega.
Hvala.
Molim. Da li ti osjećaš potrebu da još nešto poručiš publici? U svakom slučaju, željno iščekujemo roman i strip o životu Matija Nikenena. Ne bojte se platiti pivo našim gostu dolje, bit ću ja s njim. Odite da vam potpiše tu knjigu i vidimo se na festivalu i sutra i poslije i sad opet, jel' tako? Hvala ljudi.